Hello and welcome to my vlog. I'm trying again. I did this yesterday and it failed to upload and I didn't realise and deleted it off my phone, so I have to refilm it. So sorry it's a day late. My apologies for that, but that is why, because basically I'm a moron. So, getting down to it, sorry, you should have the camera there and I've got the camera there. Totally throwing myself. Birth certificate and surrogacy. This is in the UK, so I can't really answer specifics about outside of the UK because it really does vary. So I'm going to answer some of the questions as well as go for the basics, what it is. So basically, when you have a child through surrogacy in the UK, one of the parents, if not both, depends if it's traditional, this works for traditional or gestational surrogacy. So whether the surrogate uses her egg, it's a donor sperm, or fully genetically the IPs via IVF's baby. It doesn't matter, the same rules apply for all of these, anything that counts as surrogacy within the UK, which, as I said, at least one parent of the IPs has to be genetically related. You can't use a surrogate, a traditional surrogate, and a friend to do a sperm donor and then have the baby for yourselves. That's not how it works. So basically, when a baby is born via surrogacy, whoever has carried and delivered the baby is classed as the legal mother, regardless of genetics. So for me, technically, I am biologically this boy's mother. However, even if I'd been a gestational surrogate and this child had nothing to do with me genetically, I would still be classed as his legal mother, which is just weird, and it should change, and there are people, we are campaigning to get it changed, but it is what it is. However, the really stupid rule in England is that because I am married, my husband is the father. Now he's not, but he goes down as father. They automatically put the married husband down as the father. So, you know, after we'd registered him, yeah, he's sitting over there now, so he's not in the shot behind me. Hilarious. Oh no, you're coming back over. After we registered the baby, we went out for dinner to sort of celebrate the fact that he was a person in his own right. He was an individual, living, breathing, legal person. And when Darren came in with the kids, because he picked the children up from school, my IF David said, "Congratulations on having a fourth child, Darren." So he was like, "What? Oh wait, yeah." So that's weird. Technically, we have 4 kids now. Creepy. But it's just how it works. It's very outdated. They just assume in the United Kingdom that if you're a married woman, any child you produce is your husband's. And I'm sure millions upon billions of women have gone in there and the child they have registered is not in fact their husband's, but never mind. So that has to be done. And we knew that was something would probably be done. So it wasn't really much of a shock. The registrar can, at their own discretion, put the genetic father down, or I think in some cases, because it says parent 1, parent 2, rather than mother and father in some, you can put down both the surrogate mother and the intended mother if she's genetically related. But we had a very traditional registrar. She'd rung up the National Registrar's office to check what she can and can't do, and followed the rules like to the T, including spelling out every single name and place that was on the damn form, which was a bit time consuming and annoying, but never mind. So yeah, my husband and I have to, for legal reasons, go on the registration. However, when the baby is 6 weeks old, no sooner, as soon as he's 6 weeks old, my IPs, I'll stick calling them IPs even though they are now the parents in this case, my intended parents can apply for a PO, or parental order. This is a court order that basically extinguishes my legal rights to the child and reissues a birth certificate, making the intended parents the legal parents recognised by law and everything. So it's always going to be their child from that moment on. So an officer from CAFCAS, which is the government body, I think, comes and makes sure I haven't been paid and they've covered expenses and everybody's happy, blah, blah, blah. And then in the court, they reissue a birth certificate. So a brand new birth certificate comes out with parent 1 and parent 2. So you can have same-sex couples, you can have like lesbians, you can have heterosexual couples, whatever can go on there, as long as they are the parents that are going to bring up the child. Now, to apply for a PO in the United Kingdom, you have to be a resident of the United Kingdom or domiciled within the United Kingdom permanently. You cannot do it if you're foreign. unless you are a British citizen. Now, my IPs are actually South African, but they are British citizens, so they can apply for a PO within the United Kingdom. You cannot have it if you don't live within the UK. You cannot have a UK surrogate. You can... I think if I went and did it for an American couple, because that's one question that I'm asked, it says here, what is the standing of UK surrogates and family travel to the US during the year it would take to successfully achieve a birth of a full-term baby? Now, if you mean holiday-wise, that's fine. You can travel in and out of the UK whenever you want, under 34 weeks or less if it's twins. That is not a problem at all. There's no queries about doing that. You can, it does also say here, what if the conception takes place in one country and delivery in another? Again, you can conceive outside the UK. I know loads of surrogates have used a clinic in Borno. Not a problem. You can go and have IVF or IUI or whatever in any country you want. You can do natural inseminations in Costa Rica if you feel like it, and that's what your IPs are up for. Brilliant. But the baby has to be, the baby is, well, basically has to be born within the UK. I don't know about if you don't tell anyone in the UK you're pregnant. Like if you got pregnant and then you buggered off to America or something and you did the last few months of your pregnancy in America and gave birth in America and no baby was ever registered to you within the UK, you were not down anywhere on the NHS or any place as being pregnant. But to be honest, I'm pretty sure that would be breaking some laws or something, so it's not something I would do myself. It would not be worth the risk. I'm sure you would be breaking some sort of law if you did that, but you can't, as a UK surrogate, to my knowledge, be a surrogate for people outside of the UK. You can't do it. I think you get done for abandonment if you hand the baby over. You'd just basically be breaking the law. So I'm not 100% sure on that one though, and honestly I don't know how you go about finding out. I'm sure someone will know. If anyone does know, feel free to comment below, but it's not something I'm going to do, and I don't really have the time with 3 children, a new puppy and an extra large child to spend the time reading up on that, because I don't know where the information would be, because it's just not really done, so I don't think there's a lot of information there, and the information you would find would probably be a little bit dodgy. With the other questions here, if the sperm donor would a court order be any different? The IF, it has to, well, to be fair, as I said before, as long as one genetic, but you can have the IM's eggs and donor sperm through IVF into a surrogate. That's fine. Will his birth certificate be changed once the PO comes in? As I said, yeah, you get a brand new birth certificate. I have not done that. The other question that Rachel had was, is there a plan to tell him or not tell him how he's made as he grows up, and will he be told at any point that you carried him? I'm pretty sure, and I don't mean this in a sarcastic way to you, just answering it, I'm pretty sure he will figure out at some point that a woman had to be involved. So, I mean, I know he's going to know, because he's going to get to a point and go, hang on, 2 dudes. How does that work? However, we are planning on being completely, not me exactly, but we are, the plan was that he would always told. That was one of my stipulations when I matched. I had to match with someone who's going to be very honest. Like, it was never going to be a deal. It was always talked about. It was always a known fact that this child was conceived through surrogacy. Blah, blah, blah. Not because I want glory. I don't want to parade. Most people that watch me now know I'm not into the whole praise and stuff. Purely because it can be really upsetting if you feel your life is a lie. And I know one of my friends found out she was adopted when she was looking for some GCSE revision work from her big sister in the attic. And she'd had no clue. She had asked as a kid, like a lot of kids do, I bet I'm adopted. No, you're not. And she found out she was actually adopted. And she felt her whole life was a lie, and it really messed her up. And she still, to this day, hardly speaks to her parents, because she's like, but she had asked them and they never told her, and she will never forgive them for that. So part of my stipulation was that they have to be like very forthright, very honest and open with any child that I do via surrogacy. They don't necessarily have to know it's me, but they do have to know that that is how they came into this world, because I think you can really damage a child if you deceive them about something very basic, about where they grow. It doesn't matter who grew them, it matters who raises them. That's who the parent is, and most children will believe that when they've been raised by someone who hasn't necessarily got a genetic link to them. It's still their mum or their dad or whatever. My dad is not genetically related to me, but he's still my daddy person, and I adore him. So yeah, for me, that's That's major. I do believe, however, he is going to know it's me, unless we have a big blow up, which is possible because I am hormonal and female. I don't think we will. I think I'm always going to be part of their lives because they are now my friends. Like, I actually love them to pieces. I've been really, really lucky. I've had such an amazing, amazing journey, so much better than I could ever dreamed. I don't think that I can say any more than that. I adore those guys to pieces, and they are amazing parents, and I would love to be part of their lives. And excuse me, that's going to bug me. And regardless, I hope to be in their lives. So he probably will know he comes from me, but that's never going to be like an issue. It's just like, oh yeah, she was my surrogate. I just know her as Lisa, and that's it. It's never going to be like a deal. Or a hope. But again, then he can, find out stuff as he gets older if he wants to, that it's never hidden, it's just fact. And he can be like, oh, so, blah, blah, blah. He can probably blame all his bad attributes on me if he feels the need. His parents may blame bad attributes on me as he gets older. Who knows? Like, if he never shuts up, they're probably going to blame me for that. But other than that, the fact that he's genetically mine has got nothing to do with it. That's not really, I carried him. I think that's pretty much as far as it goes. He's not mine. The end. So I hope that's answered everyone's questions. Sorry it's ended up being really quite long and waffly, but hopefully, as I said, that has covered everything. If there's any other questions, any other aspects that I'm missing, any points that I've left out, glaringly obvious ones or whatever, link me below if you want to do a video. Comment below would probably be more appropriate, and I will get back to you. I can either do another video, like a third part 3 of a question and answer if there's any other questions to do with surrogacy, not just birth certificate, but anything you want me to answer in things below. If there's only a couple of them, I'll just answer them in the comments. Or again, I have the public page, Lumdydums. Feel free to message me on there. I don't really add people to my Lisa Lumdydums Facebook page unless I know you. If I chat to you a lot on my Lumdydums page, if we interact a lot, I may add you, but basically that's quite closed. That's my little page. So the public page is more where you want to ask things via PM or on the wall, whatever. So I will speak to you all later. I hope you're all fantastically well, and I will, be back tomorrow probably. Bye.